the reference to Ty France brings us to our last topic of the show. Um, about which awkward reunion for the Mariners makes the most sense. And I say that I have to go up to the free agents list, which won't be great or fun or enjoying. Enjoying? Yes. Enjoyable because there are several former Mariners who either didn't pan out or they made awkward I say awkward because it was very weird to see Ty France in the dugout, but not as a Mariner really. This past season. Who, you know, could maybe help the team this year, which is weird. Whether it is Ty France, who is still available, even though there was a tweet that said that teams had interest in him, and that was like in November, right? Um, we go down the list here. Ty France and Jorge Polanco are next to each other. How fun. Adam Frazier, Patrick Wisdom, if you remember Patrick Wisdom, which that's one's not that awkward because I don't think he ever
Yes,
really
very
made it to
wise.
the MLB level, right? Um, Sam Haggerty's out there. That's right. I forgot about Slammy Hammy. Where is Abraham Toro on this list? Don't tell me he got signed.
He signed a 1 year $1 million contract to avoid arbitration with the Athletics.
No, no. Okay, well, that still leaves some um, potential awkward reunions. It's funny because I think the week before we added Jake to this, Brittany and I talked about if a Jorge Polanco reunion made sense. And, since then, not only has he not signed with anybody, obviously the Mariners are still looking to sign somebody. And I think a lot of Mariners Twitter is also like, hey, talking themselves into it. So I don't know from that list of form because again, I keep looking at infield. Anybody who mentions an outfielder to me, I do not hear unless they can play infield because there's no need at this
Mm-hmm.
time. Like, I
We
don't
got a
know
good outfield.
which,
Yeah.
yeah, um, which reunion, Jake, and then Brittany, we can have it wrap up with you, makes the most sense for Seattle.
Oh, 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 makes sense. That's. I mean,
That's
like, yeah.
it's
Oh
for time.
man, what purchase.
Oh yeah. Don't even. I got another one. um, makes sense is the hard one, right? So I was really juiced about Polanco last year. I'm a I shouldn't say that. But I enjoy Jorge Polanco. What happened last year, I'm expecting to be an aberration, um, because he can't actually like be that bad now, right? Like there's got to be something else going on. Um, I he's probably the one that makes the most sense. Now I don't know what like the personal relationship between Jorge and the rest of the team is, rather the front office. I'm sure the team's chill. Um, like where he stands like with the organization, where the organization stands with him personally, because yeah, he I would certainly be bitter towards the Mariners front office. So I would not blame him if he is. That probably makes the most sense. As much as we would probably all love it, I don't think we really. I don't think we really need Ty France. I think, oh yeah, no, we can do discourse. We can do discourse all you want, Charles. I don't think we really need Ty France. He was, and this is gonna hurt people's feelings. He was quite stinky last year, quite
Wow.
bad at baseball.
Yep.
Um, uh,
Stinky.
Stinky, and I think we can probably get similar performance out of your Luke's Rayleighs and your others first basemans.
Half of Donovan Solano.
Yes, the left half specifically.
No feelings hurt here. As the number one Thai France fan, I assume that was directed at me. Um, as someone who works in mental health, both things can be true. I can love Thai France and also think he should not be a Mariner.
I mean,
I
I mean,
will.
absolutely. Can where is it? God, absolutely. I love a good
Yeah,
stinky baseball
yeah,
player.
right. Yeah, it I will always root for Ty to turn it around and go back to his 2021, 2022 self. Um, in retrospect, I don't know that Driveline helped him a whole lot. He's a guy that needs to be spraying the ball around the field everywhere.
Mm,
And I think they tried to probably with his, um, declining speed. I say carefully, as it can be argued whether or not he ever had speed, but he got so slow there. They're probably looking at, okay, let's get you into a power hitter and pulling fly balls, and that made sense, I think, as an attempt, but he, at his heart, is a spray the ball to all sides of the field, Tony Gwynn type hitter. That is at the heart of who he is. And he lost that. And I think kind of lost himself and his identity. If he lands somewhere with a team that can really encourage that and allow him to maybe get back to that, I could see him having a bounce back year. I will root for it. He should not and will not be a Mariner. It's not going to happen, not with the way things ended. That was a really, really rough ending. I know it was tough on Ty mentally, emotionally, and it was tough on the team as well. I think it was really hard on JP. I think we saw
Hmm.
that. So, no, there won't be any reunion there. I will root for his success. I hope he ends up somewhere where I can root for him and have a second favorite team. I would love it to be a National League team. And as long as it's not the Astros, I'll probably be okay. Polo's definitely the one that makes sense. I think I said it like a month ago that he's probably your best option right now to sign for second base. I think that's still true. I think the knee injury did affect him last year. I certainly don't expect him to ever go back to what he was in Minnesota. He's an older player now, but I think he can be better than what he was last year. And he's going, if you sign him tomorrow, he makes you better than Ryan Bliss and Rivas. He's a better option than those. So, yeah, that one makes the most sense.
yeah, I don't think there's any debate on. You don't want Adam Frazier back?
I I wouldn't be opposed to it, just given, and maybe I'm not being fair enough to Ryan Bliss, maybe, but also the Mariners really need left-handed bats right now. And Ryan
Yeah.
Bliss is not a lefty. They really need left-handed bats. So I don't know if Frazier could put a 670 OPS up from the left side of the plate, I wouldn't be opposed to it. That's terrible to say. And boy, the bar is on the ground, but that's where we're at, folks.
The washed
Pardon
up
the.
corpse of Lusty Adam.
Wow. Um, yeah, no, I just think, it was always really fascinating to see the discourse around, well, and Jorge is 2 years younger than Adam Frazier, so there's that.
I
In case
tried
you
to
need
pull
that.
up Adam Frazier's Savant page and got a bad gateway error, so I don't think that
Oh
should
my
happen
God.
as an
That
omen.
doesn't bode well.
They
Yeah.
said, nah, you can't look at this. The government is trying to wipe away Adam Frazier.
Big Statcast is saying no.
Wow, is sprint speed horrible? I thought he was a little. Well, okay. Anyway, I'm gonna stop looking at Adam Frazier's Savant page.
He's
I mean,
live.
with just how they talked about acquiring, like we finally got the guy that we've been trying to get. And I'm like, okay. I mean, sure, okay. Um, and it was kind of funny to watch his insane run, like towards the middle to end of the season, when he was just slamming homers. I was like, wow, you know how to do this? You hello? And that was with him dealing with that injury. Like I think he was getting injections to deal with the injury. So, like, I don't know if it is true. And again, Brittany and I talked about this weeks ago. If he really is healthy, like,
Hmm.
then you haven't really seen him in that regard, right? So, um,
It
I
didn't
don't know.
strike out in 22, like at all. So,
Ever?
that's 12.1% K rate.
Oh, wow. That's like
Um,
that up in the clubhouse. Just hey, this is what this is a
yeah.
goal. Um,
Um,
some people would look at that and be like, I don't understand. Um, Yeah, no, I mean, there's just not that. I'd rather take a healthy Jorge Polanco at this rate than a platoon at
Yeah.
second base. Like, and I wish I could say, oh, I'd rather take someone at third base, but yeah, it's just non-existent over there. So, anyway, that will wrap up this show, unless I missed anything during this, which never really happened. Thankfully, Saquon Barkley scored, so there's that.
Good for him.
We are 18 days away from Mariners pitchers and catchers reporting, and about 23 days away from full workouts. So,
But who's counting?
me.
Me.
Oh, I can't wait for the Divish bullpen videos where he can't keep his
Oh
phone
my
straight,
God.
Yes.
Yeah.
and I can
You
hear
see
him
the-
breathing.
You see the
Timeless
chain link
classic.
fence.
The chain link fence can't just put the little hone through the.
Mm-hmm.
I'll show him how to do it next time I go.
You gotta understand, he's like 700 years old.
Yeah.
I know. He walks like it sometimes too.
I'll tell him you said that.
I will tell him that. I'd rather him make fun of me than ignore me completely. That means you're in with him. Anyway, until we see you next week, which probably will be filled with more storylines until we get into anything. We will probably have to wait until spring training starts to talk about something new,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, watch, they'll pull another Winkus trade during spring training like they did with Gino and Winky Boy. Like, I was
See who's
recording a show
desperate.
when that happened.
Jesse Winker would be a fun, awkward reunion.
He just
Too
signed
late.
with
He already signed with the
Mets.
Mets.
No, that's right. I don't know. Trade for him.
Hey, New York, we want the asshole that you guys love now. Like,
Come on, Jesse
Anyway.
Winker, first baseman.
okay,
I think he's
that's
going to
enough.
have a down year this year.
Probably.
I think he'll be down from what he did last year. Sorry.
I don't
Doesn't
doubt
have
it.
anyone to hate.
But they've got Juan Soto, so they'll be fine. Juan Soto and maybe Vladdy with how the rumors are going. Also, Pete Alonso's market is tanked.
Yeah.
Peter.
He's hanging out with the Angels. I kind of
Oh.
said that as a joke, but he could
Peter.
be an angel.
I've got $10, Peter.
I mean, we know that he's like, I don't know, got a little bit of a relationship with Julio, right? They could be friends.
Do they have a relationship outside of the
Outside
home
of the
run derby?
That's all I was thinking about. Yeah.
Okay.
You guys are
We are
terrible.
grasping at straws.
Oh yeah.
That's how this offseason has gone. Grasping at straws is the 2025 Mariners offseason. Jesus Christ. Well, until we see you next week, take care of yourselves. Be well. Find something else to look at besides Spot Track free agents, and do whatever you can to make today a great day.
Hey, Charles.
Hey, Jen.
Hey, how about those M's?
Oh, I'm excited.
I know. Where are you going to watch all those away games, though?
Away games. Huh. I was thinking of coming here since, after all, Rough and Tumble is the home of Circling Seattle Sports.
I love that idea. Hope to see y'all here.